All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. Man, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's go.
All right, welcome in to Swing It and Ding It. Harry, 3 weeks in a row, we're down one. We can't get you and Danielle on at the same time.
Yeah, it's
we're all
unreal.
dealing with something different.
It's either I'm driving back from Florida, or somebody's got a migraine, or somebody's got something else. But we soldier on here.
Yeah.
We
keep
guest,
going.
it's very disappointing. I got to tell you.
Yeah, to not have the pretty girl on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you too. Thanks.
Yeah, I know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. These video clips are going to get no run because Danielle's not on it.
Yep. That's the way it goes.
But we are lucky enough to be joined by Dicky Pride. Does anyone ever just say your first name, or it's always Dicky Pride?
No, that's true. I do.
It's one of those names.
Bobby Watkins would never call me Dicky. He always called me, and he had that big Virginia Dicky Pride. To the point where he looked at my wife one time and said, "Hello, Mrs. Dicky Pride." Okay, there you go.
Well, we're happy to have you on the show. Obviously, long storied history in the game of golf at many different levels.
Yeah.
Also on the other side of it with PGA Tour Radio, done some broadcasting. So you've kind of seen it all. And it's interesting when we talk to guys, like you or somewhat similar. It's always interesting for me because I feel like so much has happened in the world of golf in such a short amount of time, right? I feel like there were decades that went on, and there were changes, right? Tiger Woods exploded onto the scene. There were different courses, but nothing like YouTube golf, nothing like live golf, nothing like what happened over the past 5 years. Talk about that from your perspective, as someone who's been kind of in it for so long. Of how that's how you've kind of received that and what that's done for you and your kind of psyche in the game.
Well, I mean, first of all, you adapt or you get run over. So, I mean, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
I think the biggest change has probably been with the PGA Tour itself. The PGA Tour, I mean, we're seeing a lot of changes that we've never seen in the PGA Tour. They're talking about doing smaller fields and reducing the number of events. And it's basically because the PGA Tour, when I started and when majority of us started, was a charity organization that raised charity dollars and gave opportunity to their membership, which are the players. And now it's a for-profit organization with stockholders, and that's what they're doing, and that's how they're running it. And it's very different, and there are going to be a lot more changes until we get settled in. I think for 2 or 3 more years. So, yeah, it's changed a lot as far as like golf itself. First of all, I only got away with playing golf when I was younger because I played basketball. I was an all-state basketball player, and the only reason they didn't beat me up every day for playing golf was because I played basketball and they needed me. But golf got real cool after Tiger Woods, and you got a lot of really good athletes that decided, maybe I don't want to be a cornerback. I think I may want to play golf, and maybe I don't want to be, now you got like tight ends. I mean, like Ernie Els is the first one. Ernie Els is like the waist of a great tight end. I mean,
or a left tackle.
His bottom's like, I mean, you can't even put it in the screen. It's so big. I mean, you can just see that guy like mutilating someone on a block, and then he's got the softest hands, and he hits these like little chip shots. It's just like stop soft. I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah,
absolutely hate you. But that's kind of the way it's gone. I mean, you look at a Tony Finau and all those younger kids now that we had. I mean, Cameron Young that just won. I mean, there ain't a lot of hold back in that swing. I mean, he hits it hard, and you can tell the guy's a heck of an athlete.
Yeah.
But I think part of the reason is we're getting better athletes like that because golf got cool. And then the other reason, instruction's exceptional, but the equipment has changed so much. When I started, the ball would curve offline. It spun so much. We have a lot of balls. You could start it, you could hit a driver, and it would start in the fairway and it would spin off. and you be in the rough. Well, now if you start it online,
it stays online.
Curve that much.
Yeah.
So that's
you hadn't played with me yet, Harry.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that as a challenge. I'm saying in general. So yeah, the game has changed, and in the last 5 years has been a big change in professional golf, and we're going to see where this pans out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're on the PGA Tour Champions, which I am a huge fan of, because those are basically the guys that I grew up with when I sort of fell in love with the game, at least on a television level. I wasn't playing it yet. I don't play it well, but like the guys that I gravitated towards are largely on your tour. Yeah. And how much fun are you guys having out there? Because I just got to think that this is just a carnival that goes from place to place where you guys just have a freaking ball.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm 56 and I'm still chasing a ball around, and I say that's my job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
How
good.
cool is that?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm playing against guys I've played against my entire life. Doug Barron, who's a buddy of mine from Memphis, we have played against each other since we were 10 years old. And you got to think about it. It's 46 years of playing competitive golf against each other.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Somebody told me when you guys played with each other, no one knew who was going to get a word in edgewise between the two of you. Is that true?
You've got no chance of speaking. I mean, it's like the Trevino. You don't have to talk. You just have to listen.
Yeah, my inside source said he couldn't believe you guys came in second because no one knew who was going to stop talking first.
Well, that's very factual. But Fresh and I can get going on tangents that are impressively long-winded, animate. We just, Doug and awesome. It's funny because Doug and I are both a little crazy, but we get along and we play well. And fortunately for me, he draws the ball, I cut the ball, so I'm like, you take the left pins, I'll take the right pins. And what he's referring to is last year in the AmFam Championship, which is our team event, Doug and I finished second. And I rode that boy like he was Seattle flu. I mean, he was playing so good, and I was, yeah, go on, boy. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Harry.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, like, let's start with you. I mean, you grew up in Alabama, Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Your dad was the coach at Alabama.
Yeah.
So how early did you get introduced into the game? Like, when did you fall in love with the game early, or was it just something sort of maybe your dad sort of made you like? Or like, tell us about how you got indoctrinated.
Yes, it's a little strange story. So it's a little. My father was the golf coach. Well, my dad played. Well, hang on. How did I do this? So we got into golf, my family, because my grandfather had 2 heart attacks when he was 32 and 34.
Ooh.
So they said he had to walk and get exercise. And he said, well, if I'm going to walk, I'm going to play a game. So he played golf, and he made my dad caddy for him. My grandfather played baseball in college. And so then my dad got into it. My dad loved golf, and he was all into golf. And he played on Alabama's team from 55 to 59. And then he was a golf coach from 60 to 63. Now, the funny part is I didn't find out about this until so my story is I went to school. I graduated high school at 17 and basically quit golf and went to Alabama and joined a fraternity and was an idiot. And then when I finished my freshman year, I was like, I really think I want to play golf, because all I'd ever done is play golf to basketball and basketball to golf. Mm-hmm. I'd play baseball on the team sometimes I'd play football, but those were the 2 constants. And, for some reason, my dad let me do it. He's like, okay, you can go do this and you can try this summer. And I walked on the golf team. Well, how I found out my dad was the golf coach was Tennessee's coach, Mike Malarkey. I saw him in a tournament, and he said, how's your dad, Dicky? And I'm like, oh, he's good, this and that, whatever. He goes, please tell him I said hello. And I said, hey, Dad, Mike Malarkey told me to tell you hello. He's Tennessee's coach. He said, oh, yeah, how's Mike? Oh, he's great. I said, how do you know Coach Malarkey? He said, I was a golf coach for he goes, I recruited him. I said, recruited him for what? And he said, I was a golf coach for 3 years. I'm like, you were what? I was on the golf team. I didn't even know my dad had been the golf coach. And I said, wait a minute, you were the coach from 60 to 63. You graduated in 59. He said, well, Coach Bryant brought me into his office and said, Dick, you're going to be my golf coach because I don't have to pay you. And my dad was paid in season football tickets.
Wow.
And he was, so the cool part is Coach Stallings, Gene Stallings was a golf coach before my dad.
No kidding.
And there was a guy named Steve Sloan. And Steve Sloan was the golf coach after my father. They were both football assistants. But Coach Sloan was the one that when Coach Bryant sent Joe Namath home at the Sugar Bowl because he broke curfew, Coach Sloan was the starting quarterback. He was Joe's backup, and he actually won the national championship game at the Sugar Bowl.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So yeah, the Alabama stuff is real, but it was a little bit different because I walked on.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a scholarship player for good reason. I wasn't that good. And I still think I have that chip on my shoulder to this day that's who I am.
Okay. So you self-admittedly say you weren't that good. You turned pro in 1992. You won your tournament in Memphis in 1994. What the heck happened? Like what? You got good.
I didn't say it didn't work. I said
you got good.
Yeah. I was very fortunate in 1989, the summer of 89. I'd walked on the golf team. I never played for the team. And then I was going to have to walk on again. And I went to a club in North Carolina and worked for a guy named Todd Anderson. And Todd is a teacher. Many know he taught Brant Snedeker when he won the FedEx Cup. He's been Billy Horschel's coach forever. I went and worked in his bag room so I could get lessons from him.
Huh.
And I went back and walked on the team, kept working with him. Within 2 years, I went to the semis, the U.S. Amateur, and within 5 years, I'd won on tour. And and the first time I went through Q school, I got through Q school, all 3 stages, and then I won my rookie year. So Todd had a big influence. He helped me a lot with my physical parts of my game. There's a guy a lot of people in Pennsylvania may know. His name was Arnold Palmer. So when I graduated college, I went to go play the mini tours, which if you say it like baseball is like single A golf. It's where it's basically professional gambling where you give them $100, they take $10 and say, go try to beat these other guys. And we're going to pay the top 20%. And when I did move to Orlando to do that, I was able to join Bay Hill, and Mr. Palmer was very, very kind to me and very good to me and helped me a lot for years. I had the privilege and to be able to go into his office and ask him questions, and I would be in the locker room and he would come by and how are you hitting it? And I'm like, I'm kind of struggling, but I'm working on it. Go to the range. What? Go to the range. I know your swing like the back of my hand. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Now you talk about intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm dying. It's like this guy's my idol. He was my dad's idol, and now he's going, go to the range because I know your swing. I'm like, you what?
Yeah.
So there were a lot of things Mr. Palmer did to help me along the way. He helped me become a better player, a better person, and he taught me how to be a professional in golf versus just a professional, a golf professional. He taught me how to be a professional in golf. So I will forever be in debt to Mr. Palmer.
I bet. Now, the weird part is, Roll Tide and all, but I heard you today say you were going with the Razorbacks as your squad in the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, I did say that. I just think there's a lot of turmoil going on with Alabama right now. They've had some unfortunate things going on. And, my son went to Arkansas, my main sponsor. As someone's trying to call hang on 1 second. That would be my daughter trying to call my wife on her phone at her computer. So there you go.
That's awesome.
So, and then Stevens. So as you see my logo, that's Stevens Incorporated. They're out of Little Rock, and they're very big supporters of the University of Arkansas. I'm a brand ambassador for them, and I'm the only one that didn't go to Arkansas. So
wow,
that's kind of interesting. So I had to send my son there, but that's another story.
yeah,
But no, I like Calipari with a good guard. And
Yeah.
everyone was picking Duke. Everyone's all got to go Duke. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just go with the SEC. And who's probably got the best shot of the SEC, either Florida or Arkansas, one of the two. And, I live in Orlando, so I'd have to listen to all those Gators tell me about, oh, yeah, you pick the Gators, huh? And no, I just went with Arkansas.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So you're actually you're preparing for a tournament right now. You're out in Arizona, I believe, for the Color Guard.
Yes.
What's that? What's your week like now when you're out there? What's your preparation? How do you set up? Like, because you've been playing and obviously playing very well. T14 in Boca, T11 at the Chubb. So what's your tournament week look like these days?
Well, we usually travel. Sunday or Monday, depending on what the schedule is. Sometimes I'll be playing a Monday pro-am to help the tournament out. Tuesday will be a practice round where you can work on your game and get on the golf course with nothing else going on. Wednesday and Thursday in Champion Tour events, we have pro-ams. Sometimes Tuesday we'll have an off-course pro-am. And, for me, it's okay because I like to play more than I practice because I start to practice – I get bored. I start trying out new stuff. I don't
changing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather go. Like I played with Doug Barron and Shane Birch and Tag Writings Tuesday, and we played for $10 because we didn't want to sit here and work on our golf swings. So then Wednesday, Thursday's pro-am, and then the first round's on Friday. So then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then travel Sunday night or Monday morning and go do it again next week in Newport Beach for the Hogue Classic.
Wow. Wow.
So it's a lot of golf, but I think with the Champions Tour, it's different than the regular tour for a lot of us because, I am 56. I'm not going to change a whole bunch of what I do. So it's more working on what I can do and what I know I can do and getting and basically doing what I can do to the best of my abilities. When I first got on tour and I won very early in my career, and I spent a lot of time trying to make my game better and changing my game, trying to make it better. Because if you're not in the top 20 or competing at that top level, you're like, what do I got to do to get to the next level?
Yeah.
So you start you start trying to do things that you don't naturally do, maybe to be better. Hit it further or turn. Maybe if you can only cut it, you try to turn the ball over. Or So I think with the Champions Tour, it's a little bit more laid back, relaxed, because we all pretty much know what we have, and it's a matter if we can execute what we have.
Makes sense.
Right. You all know what you can do and whether you can execute it. But like you guys pretty much all came up in the early 90s, mid 90s, whatever it is. And golf has changed so much, as Jeff has detailed. Like fitness has become such a big deal. Like in the 2000, like since Tiger came in, and doing all that he did, how much a part of what you guys do now involves fitness, like going to the workout trailer and things like that, in your 50s? Talk about that.
Oh, well, that's every day, but that's been every day since college for me.
Oh, it has.
Like I said, I was a basketball player, so I always had fitness in my life. Obviously, more of the Champions Tour, it's more about stretching and mobility. It's not really about strengthening. But my golf coach, Dick Spivey at Alabama, we were one of the first teams that had mandatory workouts. Now, every golf team has mandatory workouts. When I was in high school, they didn't want me to work out as much because they thought I would mess up my jump shot. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But we didn't know any better. So, but when I started college golf, we had workouts, and it's been a part of my career the whole time. And it's absolutely before and after every round. There's stretching, there's warm up, there's an hour warm up in the gym a lot of times before, depending on the weather. Not this week in Tucson. It's going to be 102 tomorrow.
Right.
So it's like I'm going to go drink a bottle of water and I'll be.
It's a dry heat, they tell you.
It's dry heat. Exactly. But you get like Pebble Beach when it's cold. And it's going to be 30 minutes on the bike to get everything warmed up, and then stretching, and there's going to be active stretching and weightlifting to get everything going. Then you go hit a few balls and go play.
Are there guys that don't do it? not part of their game.
There are
They're just
some
guys that come out, put the tee in the ground, and go and can still play. Because I hate there's guys like
John
that out
Daly.
there. Yeah, John Daly.
Yeah, John does that. Carlos Franco's always been able to do that. And Carlos I've actually seen Carlos on the range, which that's something new and different because he would never. When he played the tour, I remember when he won as a rookie, and he wouldn't hit balls. He'd go hit a few putts and go play. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not that good.
Wow.
But
coming in hot from the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. But run in, throw on the spikes. Let's get it on, boys.
Right. Now, you're not doing any of the Miguel Angel Jimenez like warm up, like those things that he does with his knees and his hips, which is so sexy, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Miguel does that on the range before he hits balls, and I mean, I understand there's some good mobility stuff and get loosening up, but I mean, that guy's in the gym an hour before that. That's the second part of his warm up.
Does he smoke a cigar when he's lifting weights? I mean,
I haven't seen that, but I wouldn't doubt it. But I mean, golf, what we do is like most sports and most businesses, actually, 90% of what we do, you don't see.
Yeah.
People always talk to me about, oh, it's got to be so scary when you're coming down 18 with a chance to win. And it's like, no, that's the reward. Getting to play the tournament is the reward. The work is the stuff I have to do when no one's watching, whether it's, chip, putt, lift, stretch, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's the work. The reward is getting to play in tournaments because that's what I love. I love playing in competition. Yeah. I love being on the last hole and seeing if I can pull off the shot that I need.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, we're excited too because, obviously we love the Champions Tour as Harry said, and there's an event coming to the Lehigh area in the fall, which is awesome with Jefferson. Talk about your involvement with that event, and we're looking forward to getting out there ourselves.
Well, it's called the Jefferson Lehigh Valley Classic presented by Sodexo. So they announced today that the presenting sponsor is Sodexo, which is a huge deal, which is really going to enhance the event. But it's the inaugural event of the year. We're playing September 28th through October 4th. There'll be a lot of pro-ams. I know we have Monday that. Some days you have Tuesday off-site pro-ams. We got one that week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we'll have pro-ams, and the competition starts on Friday, October 2nd, which is my wife and my son's birthday. So that'll be a big day for me.
Nice.
Hopefully I won't mess that one up. But yeah, it's going to be a great time of the year up in the Northeast. The weather's going to be just what we want.
What a golf
Lehigh
course
Valley
too.
Country Club is amazing. Yeah. It's it's a William Flynn.
Yep.
And he did Marion and Shinnecock Hills. Yeah, those places are all right too.
Yeah. Not too bad.
It's going to be really it's going to be an exceptional event. I'm looking forward to it. I've been involved with it. Nick Ragoon, who's the Chief Marketing, Communications, and Consumer Executive Officer for Jefferson Health, if you can figure all that out. And he came from Ascension, and they had an event in St. Louis, and he was one of the main guys, along with Joe Cashone, the CEO of Jefferson Health, to bring this in. And we've been friends, and we've done a lot of stuff together. So he got me and said, help us with this. Help us, let's get this on the schedule. We want to get the right guys here. We want to get these, we want to get a lot of involvement. So that's where I came in, and it's basically talking to guys about how much they're going to enjoy this event. The big thing, it's going to be great financial support for the Valley, but the charities are what's amazing. The Eagles Autism Foundation,
Yep.
The Sodexo Stop Hunger Foundation, and the Valley Youth House. They're going to see a tremendous benefit. And, being in the Valley and being, associated with the Eagles Autism, and we're going to have some players, it's going to be a really good event. And,
looking forward to it. We're hoping to have some involvement ourselves. So,
yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. And I mean, we've already had 600 volunteers. We've already 600 people have volunteered to help out with this event. It's going to
this whole area is dying to anything.
Oh, I know. And we got Rita's Water Ice coming in.
Oh,
Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Love that.
So, and I'm trying to get Yingling in, but we're going to see. Yeah, we're working on it. Come on.
I might be able to help you there too.
Yeah,
that's good work out of you. Yeah.
Good answer.
Dick Engling's a longtime friend.
All right, who's more fun to play golf with, Robert Damron or Kalen DeBoer?
Robert Damron is one of the funniest men I've ever met in my entire life.
He was a guest of the show once. He was great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The stuff that he thinks and comes out of his mouth, I'm like, it's unbelievable. I don't know. And I've been friends with Robert. We met. He was playing for Central Florida. I was playing for Alabama, and I was a senior and he was a freshman. And then I see him like 2 years later. He was turning pro, and I was at Bay Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up at Bay Hill, and he is just hilarious. He doesn't play a whole bunch of golf anymore, but I love getting him out there when I can. Coach DeBoer is interesting because Coach DeBoer is, first of all, he's like most of these guys you see, you don't realize how big they are. He's 6'4" receiver, just, he definitely hit the gym. Yeah. And he's a really, really good athlete, but he doesn't have a lot of experience in golf. So the couple of times I played with him, it's been, teaching him a few things about how to square the club face up and the dynamics of the golf swing and how it works. But what a nice man. I keep in touch with him through the year. I mean, he's the head football coach at Alabama. And if I send him a text during the year, during the season, he actually responds. And I'm like, you're crazy. Why are you talking to me? Come on, get out of here. So, yeah, Coach DeBoer is a really, really good guy.
Very cool. Well,
awesome.
we'll close it out with the Philly golf question, but I did want to. You had mentioned the Danny Walker story. You had a similar one, so tell us that one.
Okay, so this was 1999, and I was an alternate for Hawaii, the Sony Open Hawaii, and I'm like, I'm second alternate. They're not going to show up. Two people are going to withdraw, right? I'm going to go. So my wife and I went. So we fly over there. Well, I get over there, and I'm like, well, no one's withdrawn. So I might as well try the Monday qualifier. Well, that didn't work out. So I'm still second alternate. So I go through Monday, Tuesday, and the first, on the tour, you have 2 waves, 156 players. So half the field plays in the morning and half the field plays in the afternoon, and they flip it. The first wave goes through. No one. I'm second alternate. The first alternate is, I can't remember the first alternate. Yeah, I'm looking at my wife can't remember who the first alternate was. But I'm second alternate. There's no way. So I'm in the tournament next week in Palm Springs. So I'm like, well, Kim, let's go enjoy the beach, and then we'll go to Palm Springs early. So let's go have a day. We flew all the way over here. We might as well go enjoy it. So, okay, fine. So I go pack up my locker. My caddy goes down to Waikiki. I go to the hotel room. We go out. We're on the beach. I'm ordering a pina colada. All right. I got Hawaii for like 2 days. I'm going to enjoy it. Right. My cell phone rings. Slugger White, the tournament director.
Oh, my.
Dicky, Steve Elkington just withdrew. You're on the tee in 20 minutes.
Oh. The elk.
Yeah. Elk withdrew, and I'm like, oh. And I get up, and I start, and I mean, dead sprint to my room. Now, I've already packed up my golf bag and everything, so everything's packed up in my room. And I call my caddy on the way. I'm like, Danny, come to the golf course. We just got in. He goes, wait, what? We can't get in. I'm like, stop arguing with me and come to the golf course. Click. So run in the room, grab my club, dress right there. Fortunately, I was staying by the golf course, put on my spikes in the hotel room, walking down 10 with my golf bag. And I've got 10 minutes to the tee. I haven't even had lunch. My wife runs into the thing, makes me a ham sandwich. I take 3 bites of it. I got a white shirt on. I spill mustard down the entire front of my shirt. Okay, here we go. So I hit 10 golf balls, and I go to the tee because I'm going to be late. And I'm playing with Mark O'Meara, who he lived in Orlando at the time with me, and was a mentor and really helped me a lot. He said, all right, let's go. So I hit a driver. Now I've got Omar Uristi's brother, Rusty, that caddies on tour, that's caddying for Omar that week. He's got a caddy the first hole because my caddy's not there.
Wow.
So he's like,
he's huffing 2 bags?
Yeah. So he's already finished. He already finished, played 18 this morning.
Oh, okay. So he's doing another
back around. He gets here, Hoss. I'm like, all right, great. So I run out there and I hit it on the first hole and I miss the green and I chip it up there about 8 feet. And I read my own putts and I'm backing up to read this putt. oh God almighty, I bump into him. He's like, hey, Hoss, we had this putt earlier. It's outside the left edge. Oh, God. So, and I ended up making the cut, and I made the putt. And Rusty gave me a great read because it was outside the left edge, and I made it. But, and then I end up making I shoot like 2 under and make the cut. And
that's awesome.
It was just one of those, it's like the book that we should all write about the tour. You can't make this up, right? I'm not smart enough to make up something like that. But that was one of the great things. So when I did the story about Danny Walker, and I mean, first of all, it doesn't surprise me knowing Jason Day as long as I have. He's had bad back problems, but to have the class to look, it's not going to happen. There's no way I can go 72 holes. So I'm going to give someone a chance.
Right.
Completely typical Jason Day. Doesn't surprise me in the least bit, but it's good to see that people are recognizing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll bet.
Yep.
So we'll close it out with this. You mentioned a couple courses. We are a Philly-based podcast. We claim all the courses in the area, just so you know. South Jersey,
Saucon,
Philly,
too.
Delaware.
Yeah, Saucon, yeah. Know them all.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite Philadelphia area course?
Well, it's gonna have to be Lehigh Valley, because I have a rule that I live by, and it sounds like a BS answer, and I'll just explain it. But I don't like one course over another. I never say this is my favorite course, and I never say this, I hate this golf course. And the reason being is you never know when you're going to have to play an important round on a golf course. If I go out there and say, well, God, that Lehigh Valley course isn't that good. It doesn't really fit my game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happens? You have your 2 or 3 best days. Now you got the most important round of the year on the course you've complained about. So I never do that. And I know it sounds like a BS answer, but I have trained myself for 30 years to think that way. But I will say this, the U.S. Open at Oakmont in 2016 was the hardest golf course I have ever played. I was 3rd off. So I had 9 holes when it was firm and fast, and then I had the next 27 holes. Notice I didn't say, I didn't get to play 72 that week underwater. It's the one Dustin Johnson won. Mm-hmm. And I have never played a golf course. I think I shot 16 over for 2 rounds, and I didn't even make a double. It was just that hard.
Wow.
And
now, have you played Marion, Aronimink, Pine Valley, kind of the big 3 in this area? Philly Cricket, any of those courses?
I don't take golf vacations.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I've had my dad used to play in the Crump Cup every year.
Yeah.
My dad was a good player. And Davis Cessna is a dear friend, and he's always tried to get me up to Pine Valley, and I've just never had the opportunity to do it.
Oh, you got to do it.
Didn't have a tournament, and I just, I have to treat it like a job, because if I don't, then I'm giving other people an advantage. And if I give other people an advantage, then I'm not going to be able to do what I get to do, which is play in competition, which is what I love to do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Maybe you work it in early October when you're up.
I'm trying to. I want to come up and play before we go to play the Dick's Open in Dick's Sporting Goods Open. We play there in June.
Is that up in New York State?
Yeah, it's in. Exactly.
Always,
yeah, up in near Binghamton.
Yeah,
it's in Endicott actually. But I'm going to try to see. We're off the week before that, and I may try to sneak up and play a little golf, do a little scouting report for the Lehigh Valley, and get some notes down. And if I do that and I have an extra day or 2, I may try to get out to another course.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, we look forward to hopefully seeing you out there in Lehigh Valley. We appreciate
you'll probably, as you said about me and Doug Barron, you'll hear me before you see me. That's okay. It's all right. We'll have a good time with
that. Our buddy
good.
Mike Manavian will make sure we're taken care of up there.
He's the best.
Yes. By the way, he rode with me. He was out there working with Doug in the practice round on Tuesday I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
But he rode in the cart with me the whole time. My caddy's having to hang on back, and he's like, Manavian, really? You're going to take my spot the whole time? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 110. Get on back. Anyway.
I love it.
He's great.
He is. Well, thank you, Dicky. Appreciate it. We'll talk again soon. Let's take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Best of luck in the cola.
All right, hello, and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast.
and this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Philly
Let's go.
All right, welcome back. Double intro Thursday, we call this, Harry. You know, in the business. I'm looking at my phone. I see PGA memes post: man sells testicle to afford Masters tickets.
Hey, got to do what you got to do,
Gotta
right?
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Thanks
goodness.
to the great Dicky Pride. We probably could have had a 6-hour show of stories. Like we're just scratching the surface, right?
Yeah.
Like,
All these guys on the PGA Tour champions they've just got such great stories because they've been around a while, and they've come around so many different people and so many different experiences. They're a treasure to me.
They are. Well, I'll tell you what, Harry, the Players Championship, late Sunday on the PGA Tour the past couple of weeks has been nothing but entertainment and drama. And it's almost like now you're just waiting. You're looking at like Ober. You're like, all right, when's it going to happen, bro? Like, we know it's going to happen. And sure enough, and just the way it wound up with, you have Fitz kind of popping out and Cam Young is just there grinding. Right.
Yeah.
He's 3 down at the turn. And you're like, wow, all right, Oberg's coasting. And then boom, next thing you know, obviously ends in what he calls the best shot of his life, a 375-yard ballsy drive on 18.
Downwind, but a 375-yard drive.
Yeah, with a ton of water.
With water left, yeah.
Yeah.
With a guy who hits a draw. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. just a tremendous finish.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It's his second PGA Tour title, and I think this is the kind of win that vaults this guy who has so much ability, with all those runner-up finishes that he had a couple of years ago on tour. Everybody's sort of waiting for this guy to break through. He got his win last year at Greensboro, and played good in Ryder Cup, and he's just a guy that you has all the tools, and it's just if he can just sort of get it all together for 4 days, he can win big tournaments and he can win majors. And this basically, to me, this is a major. Let's have this discussion impromptu.
Sure.
It doesn't have the tradition of any of the other 4. That being said, I think this is a major. I really do, because of the field. The real reason I think this is not regarded as a major, and I think I've said this before on this podcast, is because it's played on the same golf course now for the last 30, 40 years or whatever. And Augusta definitely doesn't want that, because there's familiarity, and the familiarity needs to be with Augusta National. Yeah. So I think that's part of it. But this is a major championship.
But what would you do? Anyone that's won it in the past, all of a sudden, is a major champion?
Yeah,
how do you handle that?
I don't know.
You can't just start now.
Right.
I know.
Right. But if I'm a guy who wins this, I feel like I won a freaking major championship.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah. It has that feel. There's I don't know. I'm kind of the other way on it. I'm like,
you are?
Yeah, I'm like, you can't. The majors are the majors. You can't change it now. Plus Brandel says it so much that I'm anti-Brandel.
Oh,
his reason why is because he said live from is there all week. Oh, that's why.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's because your TV show is there. That's why we called him major.
Okay. Yeah.
Take a walk, Brandel.
Yeah.
But some of the other guys, Harry, had Xander Schauffele, who's getting it back in form.
Yep.
Third place. He had a very strange Sunday, obviously. A guy that's always around, Harry, in big moments, Robert McIntyre.
Yeah.
I mean, fourth place. Guys,
he's going to knock one of these down soon. He's going to knock one down. Yeah.
JT gets a T8. Very good bounce back for JT. Brooks T13.
Mm-hmm. So it was good to see.
It was good to see.
And how about this Sudarshan Yelamaraju? How about that?
You said it.
How about that Tom Byrne name? David Sudarshan Yelamaraju. I mean, who is this guy? And all of a sudden he's out there and he's just hanging around and he won't go away. So good on him.
Had a solid C cup under that yellow shirt.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he was just playing.
Absolutely. But, man, I'll tell you, the volatility, and this is what I love about this tournament, and the fact that it's played on the same golf course every year, is the holes coming up. It's just sort of like Augusta.
Impending doom.
Yes. That once these guys go to 14 tee, it's one of the most difficult tee shots that they will face all year long.
Yeah.
And the guys in the lead are like, I got to find the fairway, because if I don't, I'm probably making bogey. And a lot of guys, the way that where that pin was in the back left, there was so much grain change right around the pin that the guys, so many guys miss 6-7 footers for par and are making bogey, and they're like, how the hell did that just happen? I just lost a shot when I thought I played the hole pretty well. I got a 7-footer and I miss it. It happened to Straka. It happened to a bunch of them. And then you go to 15. Maybe that's kind of a reprieve hole. It's not that difficult. 16 is a risk-reward hole beyond belief, because
and you're already thinking of 17.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And then 18, you step up there and you got all that water down the left-hand side and the pine trees to the right and the pine straw and all this stuff. I mean, it's just a great golf tournament.
It is.
It is so great. And what it does to the leaderboard is it's incredible. You just see guys fall apart. Like Oberg totally fell apart way before that. On 11 and 12, he hit balls so far into the water, it looked like Harry Mays. These balls are 20 yards into the water. It wasn't like he just hit the water. He went 20 yards into the water. And all that is with a guy that's that good and that talented is nerves. He's all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, I'm on the par 5 on the back 9, and I got the lead by 2 or 3 shots.
And he had the lead for a long time.
He did.
Right? That has to weigh on
it does.
You. We talked about it last week with Danielle. It's like I'd almost rather be down a hole.
Yes.
At the turn. Right.
You'd rather be chasing
up 2. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was at the 1912 Club watching this, and I wanted to go home to watch the finish. And my wife insisted on staying. Of course, that's what she does. And I said, I'm going home to watch this. This is going to get good. She goes, what do you mean? I go, there's a lot of watery graves coming up on this golf course. And by the time I got home, it started to happen. Boom, boom, boom. And the whole thing changes. It's brilliant. It's a great tournament. And props to Cam Young, because, we need these young guys. These young guys, we got a bunch of them on the tour that have won here and won there. But when you win a tournament like this, now it sets you up, for big things. I bet him before he won Greensboro, actually, I bet him for the PGA at Aronimink, because I think that's a perfect golf course for him. And I'd like to look at the odds now. Yeah, Shinnecock too. Yeah.
New York.
And I think he's an Open Championship kind of. I think he finished second in the Open Championship one of those years too.
Yeah.
So good for him. We need more of these guys to get up, step up, win tournaments, and it was great for golf. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So
the Florida swing continues, and Harry, we haven't had a chance to talk about our Florida swing. I mean, we had a tremendous couple days.
Oh, it was great.
We land, we meet our guy Max and Mike from Buy My Balls, get out on Bear Lakes on a windy day, talking about knowing why their business model works. It was because of that day and me watching. Talk about Oberg's balls going a lot of yards into the water.
A lot of lakes. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Great start. And then the next day, Brandon takes us out to Turtle Creek, which was just, to me, an absolute blast. The second I pulled in there, I'm like, oh, this vibe is just tremendous.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want you to expound on that, because you and I both said that to each other once we got inside. We looked at each other and we're like, it's like that thing, it's like that look. And you immediately said it. Just describe it.
Yeah, when you turn around and there's a tiki bar, on the side of the building, and it's just has that old school feel to it.
Yeah.
It just is laid back atmosphere. Home. Yeah, nothing's
like home.
Nothing's overdone there. No. It just is and then you go out in the course and it's just fantastic. And Brandon's always very gracious and courteous and helping. And it's funny because he had helped me with some stuff out in October at Trout National. Mm-hmm. And I'm on the range and I'm getting a little frustrated. He comes over. He's like, remember what I told you when we were at Trout? I'm like, you remember what you told me?
Right.
How many rounds of golf and people? Because I barely remember.
You didn't.
Yeah, I'm like, how the hell do you remember what you told me that many months ago? But his brain, like I said, I think he's going to be a tremendous coach and teacher one day, hopefully after a long playing career. But just incredible, and playing with him is just it's ridiculous.
It's awesome. But how about we're on the short? We go to the short game area. You and I drive the cart down a little ways to get to the short game, and Brandon's already hitting balls, and I had gone to a convenience store early on to get all my stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
And you were on a mission for this item too.
Yes, I was on a mission for some certain protein bars. So I put one in the golf cart, and it wasn't even open. I get out, take a couple of balls to go to the short game area, and you're over there. You're sort of to the left of me with Brandon. And all of a sudden, we see this freaking bird, like, I don't know, was a raven or crow or whatever it was, flew into the golf cart that I was in, picked out the protein bar with its wrapper on. It wasn't even
fully
open.
Wrapped. No.
And the freaking thing flew out with it. And I'm like looking, and you saw it, and you're like, that's gone. And I'm like, what? What happened?
Wild.
Yeah. A total learning experience. I will never do that again. And I want anybody that listens to this podcast to know, don't ever put any food in the golf cart without at least a towel over top of it. Because it's not even open. They just saw the color probably, or whatever. But that protein bar, they'll
take anything.
They'll take it all.
I saw a video. A guy at Pebble Beach took his wallet.
Yeah.
Took his wallet and flew away at Pebble Beach. You got to have it all covered. But that was other than the protein.
That was a good
bar,
start.
That was a hot start. But now there were some gators. There were some gators out on that course.
Yep.
We then later that night we see our buddy Chris Hansen, the great Chris Hansen, and his wife. We get to hang out with him at the Tiki Bar.
I got to stay at their house, beautiful house in Tequesta.
Yeah. And then it continues. We're fortunate enough. We don't know what we're doing. We know we're going to interview James Nicholas, and it's Danielle's texting us, hey, we might do this in Brad Faxon's garage. Me and you were like, oh, okay, yeah, it's good at Brad Faxon's garage.
At Old Palm. Yeah.
Then we wind up, going out of Old Palm on the range. Charlie Woods is behind us, just practicing putts casually. And me and you were looking at each other like, where are we, bro?
With his shirt untucked, by the way.
Yeah, it's Charlie Woods. You do.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But it was awesome to sit and talk to James. And then we're looking at that place. We're like, man, we're coming back here tomorrow to play this place.
Yeah.
And that Old Palm hair,
dude.
I mean, at first I felt like every time I was doing something wrong, it's like, it's too nice. It's like, this place is too, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. But it wasn't like that at all. They were not, the guys working inside were tremendous.
They were not pretentious at all.
Our caddy was great.
Yeah, he was great.
Lance?
Caddy was
Lance?
awesome.
I think his name was Lance. Yeah, from Kentucky. He was great. Yeah. And so we played a little match. Me and you scramble against Brandon, and we were getting 3 aside, I believe, is what it was.
Was it 3?
3 or 2. I forget what it was.
2.
And we kept it close. Yeah. We kept it close. Luckily, that day, my driver was working. I had that little cut with some distance on it that was working. And you were hitting some tremendous, second shots, and some of your wood shots were just on point. But we couldn't hold them off in the end.
But Moose, I got to tell you, the freaking par 3 that we played on the back, I don't know if it's 15 or 14, I forget what it was. I hit it left of the pin. The pin was left. I hit an 8-iron, pretty good shot, pin high, but it rolled off the green, and I'm like, I don't know, 30 some odd feet. And I forget where your shot went, but we took mine, I guess.
Yeah.
And I hit my putt and ended up maybe an inch away from the hole for birdie. And I look at you and I go, well, now you know what to do. You got to make it. And you looked at me and you said, I'm making it. And you stepped up and stroked the putt that was just, it was, as soon as you hit it, I'm like, it's in the hole. And you put it in the hole, made birdie, and I think we got to within 1 down at that point.
Yeah, Brandon was just shaking his head.
That was pretty freaking awesome.
What am I going to do? Yeah. That's why you play, Harry. You get those shots that keep you coming.
Exactly.
It was like your shot at it was at Turtle.
Tequesta on 18.
Was it? No, I'm talking about the wood that you hit after you had a sip of Tito's.
Oh.
Remember that? At
yeah,
Turtle?
that was on the back nine. Once we got some drinks on the back nine, yeah.
What you got a little Tito's in your hair? You were fire.
Yeah, I'm a different player.
A totally different player.
Yeah. And then the 7-wood I hit on 18 at Tequesta, put it to 10 feet and made the birdie putt to win the match. That wasn't bad either.
That was tremendous.
Tequesta was
talk
awesome.
about Tequesta. We meet up with Wes Patterson. Oh. He was gracious enough to host us and talk about an atmosphere at Tequesta. I mean,
dude,
what a hang. What a hang.
It's so old school Florida that I don't know if a lot of people would appreciate it, but I appreciated it. And I'm just like, this place is my place.
You pull up, Eric Cole's next to us on the range. We didn't even recognize him because his hair was long. We got Steve Marino pulling up with his dog.
Right.
It's like a vibe. You got Grant Horvat is just walking around practicing putts. You're like, this in this, and where Turtle and Tequesta are in Tequesta, it's like tucked into this little village. They're kind of
across the street from one another, basically.
And I'm like, I want to move here. Like, it is amazing. It just is tremendous, man.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Can't say enough about it.
I don't know.
But thanks to Brandon and Danielle, obviously, and Wes and Chris Hansen, and everybody helped us put that all together because
it was awesome.
That's got to be an annual.
It really couldn't have gone any better. I don't know if it could have gone any better.
I know. We had some great meals, smoked some cigars. When I tell you, Harry, I've never needed, it wasn't like, that's cool, I want to do this. After this winter, I needed to go there. That gave me life. It gave me hope to get through this next couple of weeks, man.
Yeah.
It just was tremendous.
No, I hear that.
Tremendous. You like that, Powers?
Yeah.
Loves when I say tremendous. And then I was fortunate. I was out in Scottsdale last week, Harry.
Now, all right, here's the other thing before you even get into this. I played golf last weekend in howling winds and cold weather at 1912 Club. And it's one guy I'm playing with says, yeah, the guy you do the podcast with, he's Moose. I go, yeah, his real name's Jeff. He goes, does he live on tour? The guy's always somewhere. I didn't even know this, but he's like, yeah, he's at some place this weekend playing golf in some freaking great. Well, I said he was just with me in Jupiter 2 weeks ago. No. He's in some other place.
And usually people are like, man, he must be good. It's like, no, they're disappointed when they actually
but he's
play,
like, this guy lives the life. So I was not even apprised to this until a guy that I was playing golf with told me, because he's watching you on Instagram or whatever, So where were you? What did you do?
I had the Meta Ray-Bans going, Harry, which is great because they record. I was taking all the pictures and video on Instagram from Scottsdale were from the sunglasses.
Oh my God.
Because it was it's like I tell my wife, it's like Ari Gold. I go where the meetings are. Ari's famous line was, I think it was, strip clubs, whorehouses, Playboy Mansion. I go where the meetings are. He told his wife. To me, the meetings are on golf courses. And we went out to see our client, the great Top Dog Law.
Oh yeah, okay.
The great Top Dog Law, and he's out in Scottsdale. So flew in and played a twilight round at Wekopa.
Oh, I played
Segura.
there. Oh, place is great.
I mean,
it's like the Chala and the Segura. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal.
And you feel like you're truly in the desert because you are.
Yes.
You're driving out there. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're out there, you don't see houses. You're in the desert.
Well, it's a thing. You drive in there and you don't even see a golf course. You're like, where is it? You see the top of the casino.
You see the green on the map.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. Oh, so great.
Yeah. Last two holes were pretty much dark, but it was so cool. It was so cool looking. And then the next day we played True North, which
I've heard that's
loved. Good. I mean, True North to me was just, it's so cool. There were multiple holes with giant rock formations directly in the middle of the fairway. Wide fairways, you weren't super tight. A lot of those places, you're like, man, I'm claustrophobic because it's you don't want to miss. We get to the third hole. One of the guys we're playing with hits a hybrid. Probably had 200 out. We see it kind of miss the green and goes down and it just stops abruptly. We're like, oh, you must have hit a bunker. We pull up and there's one of those Roadrunner birds basically taking its last breath.
Oh,
he smoked one of those birds. A Roadrunner. The thing looked at us. It was like, yeah. We were like, all right, this is bad. I'm like, let's get out of here. The marshal comes up to us. I'm like, oh man, did he see us kill that Roadrunner? He's like, hey guys, just be careful. Giant rattlesnake on the next hole. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I will not be looking for any of these Bridgestones, at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, you played it in a couple months after I did, because when I played,
they say they were just starting to come out.
Yeah, it was too cold for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was 91. I'll tell you what, though, Harry, 91 degrees, full sun, and not a bead of sweat on me playing.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Tremendous. I mean, just like I said, it was a quick one, 2 days in and out, but got to play 2 fantastic golf courses.
Oh, awesome.
I'm ready. We had our men's league draft last night at the Legacy Club. First year I'm playing in the men's league.
Okay. Now, is this like Thursday nights?
Wednesday nights, 5 o'clock.
9 holes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they alternate front 9, back 9 each week, or is it the same 9?
I think they do, Harry. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I have a weird thing where I don't get the club's emails.
No.
They just go somewhere. I don't know where they go. It's weird. But yeah, looking forward to it. My guy Sal Galati drafted me on his squad, so
nice.
He was my derby partner.
Well, I tell you, we have the Florida hookup now, whether it's East Coast or West Coast, between Chris Hansen, the Matthewses, or my place. We need the Scottsdale hookup.
Yeah,
like sort of as a place to go if we want to, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And then we're gonna need a Dallas hookup. We're gonna, you know what I mean? We got to expand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, market research while I'm out there, right? Trying to make connections.
Good.
Did good. We did good. But I'm ready for our golf season. One of the big stories this week, Harry, was our buddy Rory McIlroy rolls out the Masters. Always fun when this comes out, isn't it? This is like, I love it. You wait for this. I love all the people that were like, "Oh my God, these are monster wine selection." I'm like, dude, come on, you didn't know that. Somebody else posted that, and now you see, you Googled how expensive the wines were.
Right.
I think Rory put out a nice menu. He went heavy apps. I like a nice heavy app dinner. I'm a big fan of that.
I mean, have you ever had a peach and ricotta flatbread?
I believe I have. I have
not.
I like the combination of the peach and the balsamic. It's a nice sweet and savory combination.
Okay,
it's a tremendous combo. Yeah, I would highly suggest it.
He's got their shrimp tempura, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of
crowd
a
pleaser
thing. Yeah.
Bacon
wrapped dates. I've never eaten a date. I've eaten on a date, but I've maybe eaten a date, but not a date.
How about this, Harry? I have some next level information that the PGA Tour posted about this. The bacon wrapped dates, he said, my mom does these really, really nice dates stuffed with goat cheese wrapped in bacon. That's to Rosie for that one.
Oh, wow. So it's an homage to his mom.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
The peach and ricotta flatbread, he's trying to bring the local ingredients, obviously the Georgia peach. So that's what that's about.
Okay.
It's funny, the rock shrimp tempura, he said it's just a crowd pleaser. You got to have something there that everybody wants.
Absolutely. But okay. So I'm in on all of that so far. The grilled elk sliders. Now,
so the story here, he's got a story.
Okay.
He said, in the build up to the Masters last year, I was eating a lot of elk. I didn't want elk to be the main course because I don't know if everyone would like that. So I'm doing grilled elk sliders, which I think is just fun, Rory says. Harry, he's just having a good old time.
Hey, I'm in.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it so far. Yellowfin tuna, you got me. Whatever you want to do to it, I'm in. Yeah. And that's the first course.
Yeah, he and his wife, their favorite restaurant in New York is called Le Bernardin. And they know the chef there, and they do a really nice something like that. So he wanted to do that item. Yeah.
It's like a surf and turf because he's got the Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon. So there's a lot of seafood going on here. Yeah, I'm big fans of this so far.
Yeah.
And then dessert, I'd probably be out before dessert.
Also the sides, Harry.
What do you got?
I was wondering about the onion rings. I'm like, that's a little strange, but he said,
I love onion rings.
Local. He said Vidalia is not too far away from Augusta, so they're Vidalia onion rings.
Oh, the Vidalia onions are terrific.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful.
That's good. Sticky toffee pudding. That's more of a Brit thing, probably.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you had to put that in there. But they say they do say the wines that he selected are like, if you're a wine person, people are going going nuts over the selections.
I don't think you can go nuts, or I don't think you can disapprove of anything that they've got in that wine cellar. That's one of the most impressive wine cellars apparently in the world.
Yeah.
So, good on him.
Good on him.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap it up with the Valspar. We are recording a little bit late, so we're not going to dive in as deep as we do, but let's talk about it since we know right now Sunjay Im is in the lead.
Yeah.
Prince Snedeker, a couple of the guys that I was trying to, that I was looking at pre-tournament, seeing where they are now, especially when you look at our friends at BetParx, you can still hop in. A guy like Xander, who's sitting there at T7, 4 back. You got Matt Fitzpatrick, obviously, who last week, same thing, right, sitting right there at 3 under. I'm sorry. I took Brooks in the one and done, and he's
okay.
Yeah, I mean he's even, right? So he can make that up over a couple of days. But who were you liking on this one coming in?
I took the pudgy wooden toothed Brit, Matt Fitzpatrick. Okay, and finishing second in the Players, playing terrific golf and finds fairways, hitting great irons. His putting is not great. The cross-handed chipping today, he hit a couple of chips I think he would have wanted back, but he played really well. So he's like 3 under. I took him in the one and done. And the other 2 guys that I really liked, as far as like a long shot, was Pearson Coody. He was at 70-1 at one point, and now he's like 4 under par.
Yeah, he's T4.
Yeah. So he was a guy that I had liked. And Rio Hasatsune, at some point, I don't think he played all that well today. I think he might be even. But this is a guy to watch here, especially in these tournaments that aren't elevated events. Now, I know this field has got a terrific field, even though it's not an elevated event. There's like 7 of the top 20 in the world golf rankings in this field, and good on them. It's a great field, great tournament, great golf course. Everything is awesome. But watch out for Satsune. He's gonna get a top 5 again. I don't know if it'll be this week. But Fitzpatrick, the wooden-toothed Brit with the low-riding pants and the cack-handed chipping is my guy this week.
Right.
How about that?
I like it. See if he can have a bounce back after that heartbreaking loss last week.
I know.
But he looks like he kind of goes with the flow.
Yeah,
he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
He wears Skechers, for God's sake.
Yeah, he's not the coolest guy. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate our buddy Dicky Pride for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mike Monavian for setting that up. Yeah, we are going to try to take a look at that Jefferson Lehigh Valley Classic because
in October.
That's going to be fun.
First week in October, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Late, early fall. So looking forward to that, and hopefully Danielle will be back next week. We'll have the full band back together, and we'll be back bringing it to you, getting closer and closer to the Masters, Harry. We're almost in season.
I'll tell you what, we're already in season.
And we'll be able to talk about our own golf more, which will be fun.
I got 3 rounds coming up this weekend.
Enjoy, my man. Play well. We'll be back next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.